I think Zero's looking up old pornography right now, is what he's doing.
No, I'm not.
Feeling a little nostalgic, Zero?
Where is this freaking thing that was linked?
In
The
actual
list.
games channel.
All right. Yeah. Did you pin it?
There's a pin for the uh,
Yes. There we
games,
go.
but not for the list, which is
Okay.
a little below that, though. Yeah. So we're I apologize, audience. We're a little flummoxed at the moment. Of like, we found something that we did not expect to find, thanks to Anime Reflux, and we're all just kind of processing right now, I guess. Oh
It's
boy.
Yeah.
uh, it's a
A
fascinating discovery to realize that an old porn game you played was actually an anime at some point.
Yeah.
portion of my life just suddenly bit me in the leg and was like, "Remember me?"
Yeah. Zero's remembering his first jerk off moments. Uh,
No, not really. It
yeah,
wasn't.
it wasn't actually very good for that kind of thing. It's, I guess this is the first visual novel kind of thing, and also first um, fan fiction, technically, I guess. Not that we knew it at the time.
I was on a like I think it was like late middle school, early high school. I was really into visual novels and the like because
They often had boobs in them.
it no, it wasn't even about boobs. It's just about actually as silly as this is, it was about romance. I didn't care about boobs at that time really that much.
Oh, that's yeah. That
Very,
sounds about right,
very
actually.
much, very much a late bloomer in that regard. Actually, it was more just like I, I would. It's kind of silly. It's just like, oh hey, here's the boobs on the screen. I'm like, I want to go past it. Let me see the story.
Yeah, I feel like that's actually not that uncommon for like before you get to the boobies and the lady parts and I want to touch them. It's
Because some
more
people
the
are like, you know,
girls are nice. I used to not like girls, but now I kind of like girls, and I want to hold hands and like talk and stuff
yes,
with girls.
that was very much the mindset I was in when I played a lot of these sorts of games. It was less like anything to do with like lady parts because I'm like, ew, gross. Just let me just talk to girl.
In fairness, like 95% of your playtime is going to be completely harmless.
Yeah,
That's yeah. There's you got to work for that naughty content.
It's like I played the original Fate Stay Night visual novel. I skipped past any of the sex scenes in it because I did not care for them. They were not contributing to my enjoyment of the game, which I found out later was good because they were terribly written.
oh no, I think you still missed out, but you know, I don't know whether you would have gotten it, how funny it was.
Yes, I was a very pure baby boy.
Yeah, well, were. Hmm. Despite our best efforts, you might continue to be. Um,
I don't know. I think the appeal of Jam It In is pretty age friendly, or it hits all ages.
I forget jam it in and what that refers to.
I
Oh,
don't know that one.
Rin says that when
Oh,
Saber and
Oh,
Shiro are having sex.
okay. Yeah, that feels pretty on point for Rin. That feels like something she would say.
I believe she gets frustrated they're not having sex, and it's just sins all over the place.
Poor Saber.
there's this image that I found.
Oh, please don't give
Um,
us the Tosika's anus thing.
and it's just a collection of the various quotes.
Oh boy. Oh Christ.
Oh,
In fairness, some of this has got to be translation convention.
some of it maybe.
Christ, that first air blows out of her nose and along my organ. It reminds me of a carnivorous plant. How does it remind you of a carnivorous plant? Have you been around a lot of carnivorous plants?
Separate things. Those are two separate things, but there's lines like I can't stop my butt. It's just yeah. Huh.
My penis loses its power. Why is one of these upside down? I feel like that's just...
To try to fit it on the screen. Or just because
No.
it's funny, I guess.
Right way up, that makes no sense. Also, what it actually says upside down is, it's like it's crying. Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right in the middle of the screen is great. Maybe she can't breathe out her mouth because it's filled with my... I really want to talk about this so badly, but I don't want this video de-fucking listed. Thanks, YouTube.
There's another line from the Rin stuff, which is her lewdness is a great nightmare.
That
Wow.
sounds true. That sounds entirely valid as a concern.
Yeah.
Anyway, point is, this is about all I know about those scenes. As I skipped past them as quickly as I could, because I did not care.
I feel like maybe your sense of humor would be much different if you had used that or read it when you were that young.
Don't say used.
Don't
In this
say
context,
I
don't
meant
say
like
used.
integrated that vocabulary, but yeah, it came out wrong.
Yeah, it did. What were we talking about? I feel like we should give some context of, yeah, the anime that we pulled is actually the basis of the SimGirl visual novel style flash game from like the early 2000s. And we didn't know it had an anime basis. We thought it was just a thing that people made up, but no.
And then we all outed ourselves of having played it.
See, I don't really think it's an outing. Like, I would be surprised if someone didn't play it when they're our age.
Yeah, true.
It was certainly a surprise that left us all just sort of
I'm looking at this list of Flash games that have been downloaded. There's a lot. There's stuff like Rabbids Travel in Time and Spank Elsa Butt.
Wow. So they really indiscriminately got everything, huh?
I guess.
And Squeaky Squirrel Anal Rodeo.
I'm gonna search for a specific thing.
There's Man with Boobs. Dolphin Kiss in SeaWorld. Kill a Baby, Uncut.
Ironic.
Yep. Vandra Dating Sim is also on there.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I remember that.
I remember that as well. There's...
Okay.
Okay.
Slicer said we were all outing ourselves, but I'm pretty clearly outing myself as just a kind of teenage degenerate that just looked for all kinds of stuff like this for a good couple of years. Teenage me had very low standards.
Heracross Brick Break. Heracross Brick Break Triple X. The difference between the two is one has the tag for sexual content.
I feel like it'd be false advertising if it didn't at that point, really.
Metroid Shoot to Strip.
Yep, remember that one.
I don't. Bleach versus Naruto 3.3.
I have no idea what that is.
And a lot of escape the room games.
Oh yeah, there was
were
that
a
craze
lot
about
of
those. I
those.
remember those. Because like there was it was like the Crimson Room or something, and then there was like a dozen other ones that were trying to copycat off of it.
Van Helsing, Find the Numbers.
Yeah, that's okay. That's, I suppose, technically a game.
V for Vendetta, Find the Alphabet.
It's nice that the people that made these games now have a home on fucking Apple Store and Google Play, just making fucking Find the Hidden Object games.
Trapped Santa Escape, Trapped Man Escape, Trapped Kid Escape, Trapped Animals Escape.
Man, so many people are trapped. So many people and things.
Mm-hmm.
There is a game that I actually would want to play again if I have the opportunity.
And what's that?
I'm going to see whether it's on the list.
Day of Meat.
What?
It's a strategy game.
Okay.
Sling Baby.
Wow. I mean, they are aerodynamic. They're like mini football.
Sky Cap. Zombie and Juliet. Family Guy, Save the Couch. Obama Ball Z.
Escape Game Save the Penguin. That's not what I was looking for, but I found it.
Obama Narnia, The Return of the Witch. Obama Van Helsing. Obama and the Ghost of Michael. Waluigi's And Venture.
Yep. Yeti
Angel
Sports
Girl
is in
X.
here. I'm pretty happy about that.
Is that the one where you play the Yeti and you hit the penguin? You have to launch them.
I'm just checking. Yeti Sports Big Wave, Yeti Sports Olympics. Flamingo Drive. Yep, I remember that one.
Alice in
Orca
Hentai
Slap, that was a
Land.
good one too. Fucking Christ, these were all good. Yep, Yeti Sports Pingu Throw, the first one. That's there. Also, probably copyright infringement, but you know, whatever. It's a Flash game.
Luigi's Day. Killer Worms 2. Oh my gosh. You look at all these things and it's just like, okay. Here's a game that I don't know why they saved. Actually, it's a shooter game. It's called The Slaying of Sandy Hook Elementary.
Wow. I mean, I guess if you make the goal of indiscriminate saving, you gotta save them all.
Yep.
Avril Lavigne, Under My Skin quiz.
God, there were so many of those quizzes. I'm not sure if that was a craze or just an easy way to deliver porn to people.
Yes.
Fair.
So, welcome to the Fandom Flux podcast, where we talk about porn for about 20 minutes before we do the intro. And also other games that were not porn. Sometimes.
That probably would have been improved if they were.
Yeah, like if you get enough, a big enough score in like Penguin Throw, you fucking, I don't know. No, they probably make it some Zootopia bullshit porn, and I don't want none of that. That's not...
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Convert the next generation to furries, obviously.
Fucking Zootopia. God damn it.
It is effective.
Anyway, I'm Casey. Deviant. How's it going? Zero, the Closet Deviant, is also here.
Excuse me. My closet is very much a walk-in closet.
It's kind of...
That doesn't...
That's...
Those are not mutually exclusive.
In fact, one might make it easier for the other, to be honest, yeah. And Slicer, the out and proud deviant.
A mega deviant, apparently.
I'm just gonna control F Naruto.
Oh, now I'm super curious.
Please versus Naruto, Naruto Memory Balls, Naruto Star Students, Naruto 101, Naruto Battle Leaf Village, Naruto
I know there was a
Chunin
Naruto
Showdown,
dating sim, but you played as Sakura. So,
Naruto Dress Up, Naruto's Rage, which is an adult game made by Hentai Key,
Oh, I remember that.
Naruto Ninja Survival, Naruto Ninja World Storm 2, Naruto Character Creator, Naruto Couples Dress Up, and Naruto Couples Dress Up V2, Naruto Dodging Game, Naruto Invaders. Yeah. So what we were talking about is there's this whole big project to save as many Flash games as possible before Flash is discontinued, so you can play them, offline.
Yeah. I did look it up. Apparently, Get Laid with Tsunade is not on there. The game that made me pronounce Tsunade wrong for like 8 years.
What did you pronounce it as?
Tsunade. Because I thought it was a rhyme.
That's fair.
There's one Flash game for Yu Yu Hakusho, and it's Yu Yu Hakusho Wars.
Okay.
I'm surprised I didn't play that.
There's also approximately 125 of these games with the name Sonic in them.
That is not in the slightest bit surprising.
Anyway, I get easily distracted by things.
I think this is a fair distraction. This is like, wow, this is a thing. This is a trip.
And this is like talking about old movies, only it's occasionally dirtier.
And way less impressive. I don't know. I guess there's a kind of internet historian thing going on with it. It's like, hey, remember this fucking cheap as shit and kind of garbage Nickelodeon thing? Like, not the channel Nickelodeon, the actual Nickelodeons where you would put a nickel in and it would show you like a 30-second film.
Remember the thing you do on the school computer once you won that privilege through hard work and study?
No.
For my classes, it tended to be the fucking Ganguro Girl game. Yeah, my school did not give a fuck.
Yeah, I went to a Christian private school, and if you got the right computer, being the one that they were set up in a weird way. So one of them you could do whatever you wanted with, because it was out of the way and the screen was facing backwards. So yeah, as long as you're the first person to that desk, you can do whatever you wanted.
That sounds like some kind of Lord of the Flies shit. Like there's gonna be a hierarchy just because of that.
Yeah, like as somebody who's been substitute teaching, for several months now, all the kids in the class have their own Chromebooks, their own laptops that they can pull out to do schoolwork and everything. And of course, they all find their Flash games of choice or Twitch streams so they can watch or show their friends their old Fortnite streams they did.
Oh, Christ.
Times have changed.
Man.
Times have changed.
Yeah, everyone's an amateur streamer these days.
I remember when... Oh, God, I'm going to be that guy. I remember when kids wanted to do things that would require them to be talented.
Brutal but fair. Streaming is, yeah.
Streaming.
I mean, it does require a lot of talent, but like good streaming.
Streaming requires a certain specific set of talents.
Usually
And
being loud, obnoxious, and occasionally, for some of them, good at games. Generally not a requirement, though.
comedy
You
and
want to be
endurance.
You'd actually want to be charismatic, but most people aren't, so they just kind of make up the difference of being loud and obnoxious.
Like the amount of streamers that just do not understand microphone setups and, hey, breaking levels is a really bad thing to do and you don't want to do it. I don't care how much you have to shout. Then you fucking tailor your microphone setup to that so that you can shout without breaking levels so the audio doesn't make people's ears bleed. Thanks, please. 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 Please.
Yeah, I don't think that's ever going to be fixed.
I feel like there's going to be some great, like, leap forward in microphone technology where they just auto adjust to any volume sensitivity like in a nanosecond just because of this, because people
I wouldn't
just
be surprised.
are so fucking determined to not learn how microphones work. It's a bit of a pet peeve, I guess. I just made myself very annoyed very quickly. Which is ironic because I don't actually do that kind of stuff myself, but I don't shout that much, so it's fine. I'm not a hypocrite. I'm just lazy.
Yeah, but when you need to, you put in the work for it, so you've kind of earned the right to be annoyed by it.
Usually when I shout, I at the very least make the effort to lean away from the microphone. So, that's usually a good first step. Anyway. Oh yeah, we did intros. I was trying to remember whether we actually did that yet. Yeah, we did. I called everyone deviants.
At least we don't do art.
What?
If we're deviants, we did art, we'd be deviant art. Pain.
Yeah, I suppose. DeviantArt is... I've seen the worst of it. It's pretty bad. A lot of stuff on there.
Yeah, but the good stuff is actually kind of good. Like, I've sourced some pictures from DeviantArt for just, like, the writing that I do. Like, there is some really good stuff on there.
There is some really good stuff on there.
It's fanfiction.net. It's every other thing in existence. It is 90% of everything is crap.
I think DeviantArt is just more well-known because art is easy to just see a thumbnail. With most bad fan fiction, you can kind of avoid it based on just the summary, and the summary fades from your memory so quickly.
Yeah. Like, you can find really good art, and then you can also just, like, scroll down a little bit and then see movie Sonic with the Joker makeup on. I'm not joking.
I didn't think you were joking. I don't think anyone thought you were joking.
You have to see this now.
No, you really don't.
In fairness, that's actually well done.
Yeah.
It could
Surprising.
be worse.
Could be worse.
Also, that's not really the Joker makeup. That's just clown makeup.
It's the Joker movie one.
Oh, right, okay. I haven't actually seen
Specific.
that yet, so
It's pretty good.
that's to say if I'm ever going to see it, but, I feel like it's a message movie that I already understand the message. I'm glad other people are getting it a little bit, but I kind of already understood that, what it was going for.
Hey, Super Bowl was like the other day.
It was.
I had some nice
From California. I guess. I
It
I
was
just
main-
know that the Chiefs won, and the other team, the 49ers, was it? Again?
I heard it was a good game. I didn't watch it. I had freaking D&D and everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But we
wings.
had... What was that?
But wings.
We had some good wings. I would donate those wings if I could. They're handmade, homemade.
Original
So,
recipe.
sure. Uh,
Yeah.
no, it was good. We had some just like some microwavable or made in the oven. I think just Mandarin chicken with then the crock pot with some um, meatballs. It had like a barbecue sauce on them. Lots of meat and shrimp and everything.
Remember when I said I haven't eaten yet?
Yeah, remember when I
Yeah,
said
I'm
I
hungry
need?
now, too.
Remember when I said I need to just leave our attempt at recording because there was food?
Yeah, I remember that. That happened.
Suddenly that makes more sense.
And nobody else was around. And I was just like, oh, it was so delicious.
I'll bet.
Also, I guess since I took the lead on this, I'll continue going with stuff that I did. Uh, I got a webcam for my computer.
Didn't you already have?
I had the built-in thing on my laptop, but I never had anything for my PC.
Oh.
I think I mentioned to you that to you like off recording, but this is actually on recording. I got that. It's very high quality. If I ever want to be a streamer, well, I guess I can.
Everyone's an amateur streamer.
Yeah, I have streamed before. It was a very good stream.
Yeah, I think we all have at this point. So, yeah,
I don't have
everyone's
the
an amateur
stream.
streamer.
I don't have the stream archive because I didn't know how to work things, and the video
Yeah.
just everywhere.
That was
But,
the Undertale thing that I jumped in on at the last minute. Just to shit
was a
talk
lot
you
of
while
fun.
you were fighting Sans. Oh, that
It
was a
was
good
a
time.
good old fun time.
It was.
So, with that, I had to substitute teach for my mom the next day because she was, first of all, she was feeling sick. Second of all, she wanted to hang out with her friends and not have to go to work in the morning because we had company over.
Hmm.
So I taught the kindergartners.
Oh boy.
Now, working with kindergartners is a unique experience. But it's also like watching a reality TV show.
Okay.
You just made it
Interesting.
even worse than I already imagined it was.
There's so much drama. He hit me. He bumped into me. It's like, look, was that on purpose? No, it was an accident. Are you just trying to get them in trouble? So much tattling and drama and conflict. He said he wasn't going to be my friend anymore. You know, that sort of thing. Somebody gets injured and needs a band-aid. Another person injures their knee and they can't walk and they need some help.
I thought children were like made of rubber. Or are they just like pretending?
The band-aid is more of a psychological thing than anything else. But the leg thing, yeah, I think it was just like they might have sprained something or something. I don't know. It didn't seem overly serious. Kids were like, "Oh, we have stomach aches." I'm like, "Go to the office." Office is just like, "Go drink some water. Go back to your class." I'm like, "Thank you, office, for helping me out."
Hmm.
We were talking about groundhogs, and I did a story with silly voices, and they all really enjoyed that.
Oh,
Well, that's cool.
And I was doing my best to not Not get mad at the people acting out, but instead reward the kids who are doing the right thing.
Okay.
That's how you get them to obey. It's like, well, it's like, but I want to get clipped up too, because it's the whole behavioral management thing. It's like, well, if you're talking right now, if you're quiet, maybe get clipped up. And
What clipped up?
so when they clip up, there's this like large kind of board, right? So you can clip up or you can clip down. You clip up, that means you have good behavior. You get a small ticket that you put into a little box that you can then use at the end of the week in a raffle to see if they get a prize from the prize box.
Oh, okay.
They clip all the way up. They just straight up get a reward from the prize box.
There's no raffle for the highest tier. You just get it.
You just get it.
All right.
So you clip down, that's kind of a warning thing. You clip down twice, you'll have time removed from recess and your parents will be contacted.
Wow. I expected there to be more chances. That's not even a 3 strike. That's a 2 strike.
I feel like that's hey, we try not to like do punishments if we can avoid it, but occasionally you need to be told, hey, don't fucking do that. Is the kind of
Yes.
Yeah.
You clip somebody down and then you give them opportunities if they're acting well to clip back up. So they don't just stay there all day. But if they clip down to red, it's because they did something like disrespecting the teacher by calling them a name or using a bad word.
Okay, so not all punishments are created equal in that. There are different levels of.
Yeah. I don't like clipping students down because the best way to deal with that typically is just clip the good students up. But if they like hit another student, I will clip them down. And if they did that on purpose, which sometimes they will say I did that on purpose. I clipped one kid down, he kept accidentally hurting other students. It's like, you're being too rough. I'm clipping you down. So, lots of drama.
Yeah, seems like it.
And this kid's lost this thing. This kid lost this thing. Can I go to the bathroom? Well, somebody's already in the bathroom. Okay, can I go to the bathroom? Well, just wait. Okay. Then the second person who asks goes into the bathroom, and the first person's like, but I was waiting for the bathroom. Like, that sort of stuff.
I feel like you need like a little white for bathroom cue.
There's a sign that you flip around, but there's you can't do a bathroom queue when you're having everybody at the ground, like in your kind of your circle time to just so you can model the lessons that they're going to be doing. On the projector, so that they know what to do, or reading a story, and everybody's like teacher, Mr. Bentley. I'm talking to one student, and like 3 other students come up to me, and they all want something. That's kindergarten.
Yeah.
One of the players in one of my D&D sessions, because I go to a gaming store on the weekends and play D&D. He was like that. I guess he never learned that lesson. Like, stop bothering the teacher while they're trying to talk to someone else.
Yeah, it's a mess. But it was fine. Overall, it was fine. Like, it was nothing I couldn't handle. But you get kind of those feelings when you're at home, you're in your room, after a long day of working with the kindergarten students. And you get those kind of like spectral feelings of like feeling like the kids are still watching or like they're still calling out your name.
That sounds terrifying.
It doesn't feel good at all, which is why I much prefer subbing for middle school.
It's understandable, though. I mean, that's completely the normal reaction to being called constantly.
Yeah, it's I liken it to getting off a boat after being on it for several days and still not having your land legs back. You're still swaying.
Yeah, no, that's an apt comparison. Yeah.
So yeah, my mom bust into my room like last Friday and was like, "Hey, I need you to sub for the other teacher on my team." And I was like, I was wrapped up with my blankets, and it's like 7 a.m. and I'm comfortable and I'm happy I took the day off so I could deal with my car because I got rear-ended the other week. And I'm like, no. And she's like, why? Like, she burst in my room at 7 a.m. and turned the lights on while I was asleep.
Ew.
And
Why?
told me to get to work. And I was just like,
Yeah, that's kind of an asshole move.
I kind of went through several. Like, she was stressed, she was under a lot of pressure, and she later apologized for it. But like, I kept going through different reasons about why, and she's like, "Oh, don't stop making up reasons." And I just finally kind of like, I don't like her class. I don't want to sub for her. I don't want to sub for kindergarten right now. It's like, okay, fair enough.
Oh, I'm happy to hear she actually accepted that. I mean, that's a very valid reason. Don't get me wrong, but like,
She understands as the class she wanted me to sub for has two of the most troublesome students in kindergarten. One of which has a very, very, very bad family situation in which one parent, this kid has like serious ADHD,
mm-hmm.
and the parents are going through divorce right now, and one parent wants to medicate, the other parent wants to not medicate, and they keep taking him on and off the medication each time
Oh
he gets to
God,
one of
no,
them.
that's really bad.
Yes, it is. Rough situation for that kid, and my heart breaks for him, but not the situation that I want to sub in.
No, that's not your responsibility.
And then the other kid has another sort of similar ADHD problem, but dealing with two kids like that and the whole regular kindergarten stress is a bit much to be asked to do at 7 a.m. all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Especially when you've already probably mentally, taken the day off.
Yes, exactly. Mentally, I'm like, okay, this is my day to sleep in. I'm going to wake up. I'm going to call the body shop. I'm going to get in there. I'm going to get my estimates. And yeah.
I feel like the worst possible thing you could have as a kindergarten teacher is someone who really, really, really doesn't want to be there. That's a recipe for some not great things happening.
Exactly, and I realize that. I don't want to be the teacher that is just like very, very short patience because I really don't want to be there. It's like, yeah, I'm sorry that teacher, needs a sub. Please tell them to find someone else.
Is that how most sub jobs are? Like, you have almost no warning. It's just,
Yes.
oh look, here's your job.
Most of the time, you wake up at like 6 a.m. and start looking for sub jobs that pop up last minute.
Great.
Or you can do what I do, which is like, oh, this job's a week from now. I'll grab that as soon as I can because I have advance warning.
That, and if it's for a week from now, every substitute teacher in the area is going to be like, oh, yes, planning, like, guaranteed work in the future, yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
It's that kind of industry.
It's very competitive in that regard. And considering I don't want to work in classes that are not middle school right now because I vastly prefer the structure.
Yeah, at the time in my life when I thought I might actually be a teacher at some point, Yeah, I never even considered for a second of doing like a primary school, just elementary school, or like just like the very young kids. I just couldn't even imagine. Even with like the idea of older kids tend to like younger kids act out more, but the older kids, if they act out, they so even with that, I was like, I just couldn't handle the idea of young kids. Like, too much. I just couldn't do it.
I think one kid peed their pants while I was teaching. But it was near the end of the day, so it was fine.
Yeah, it happens.
Like, I need new underwear, and I'm just like, the class is over in 6 minutes. Talk to your dad.
Yeah.
There's not much you can do. I mean, that's the best solution. Just like, can you just shut up for 7 minutes?
Yeah.
I need you to ruminate on this feeling for the next 6 minutes. Maybe you'll learn something.
The lesson is to sit down and think. Maybe I shouldn't have peed myself.
What could I have done to avoid this outcome?
Yeah. The kids are cute, though. They're very cute. They're just
They're not fully formed humans yet, so yeah.
Luckily, I had help. I had parent volunteers who came in to help, but I also had to deal with the fact that there was a new student being added on the same day.
Oh, okay.
And my mom was talking. She's like, we have a limit of 25 kids. I don't know why I'm getting another student this late.
Does she have 25 right now?
Yes.
Because that's the way public schools are going.
Because normally when that would happen, that student would be sent to another school district if there were no other classes that were available to them. But for some reason, it didn't happen that way. Either way, what a fun day. I think one of my favorite times substitute teaching was with a history class, social studies class, in which I had the students for 2 of the periods take a test on the computers. And all I had to do was sit there and make sure they were quiet and didn't cheat.
That's the dream.
Was the cheating part difficult?
I mean, it's on the computer, and the desks are separate, so it's kind of hard for them to see screens from, their angles they're at. So
if they're looking around, they're pretty obviously looking around.
Yeah.
If they're talking, they're pretty obviously talking.
Mm-hmm. And I wrote, notes to the teacher of like, this period, everybody was fine during the test. This period, these students were not so fine during the test. They went quiet down. And then when the teacher comes back, they give points to each period depending on how they behaved.
Oh, okay, cool. So your input is actually appreciated and used.
Yeah.
It's not just like they throw it in the garbage the second.
And if there were any students that were especially bad, leave a note to the teacher, and they may get a warning or sort of penalty. Teachers, the students that are good, they may get a reward. Of course, it's really hard to narrow down who is good. It's very easy to say who's acting out, but to say who's good, it's just like, well, it's like most of the class is fine. There's no standout students in that regard,
Mm-hmm.
It's just there's like these 2 students that just will not stop talking. Yeah. Teaching has this weird effect on you where like you find the way you interact with people to change slightly. like this is sort of this teacher mode that you gain access to on your skill tree.
All right.
Where, okay, I'm going to be strict with you. I'm going to talk with you. We're going to talk about what happened, what you just did, and I'm going to use my teacher voice. And if I was looking at you, I'd give you my teacher stare. Needless to say, I don't want to do this as my career, but hey, it's good money right now.
Do you mean specifically being a substitute teacher?
Being a teacher, in general.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, I've done a lot of thinking about that, and it's really just not for me.
That's
fair. I mean, I'm glad you got the chance to discover that.
It's not something I'm passionate about, which is what I've been realizing. And I, like you said, you don't want a teacher that doesn't want to be there. It's not beneficial for the kids. And what would be a career? I'd rather do something that I genuinely find fulfilling,
That is, that is ideal. Definitely something you actually want to do, have the passion for, or at least even just the interest in.
I can substitute teach easy, but when it comes to actually making lessons and teaching these kids and spending extended periods of time with them, I don't think I can do that, and I don't think and it's a very difficult program to get your teaching certificate, so you need to be passionate and motivated to get it. And I know that if I were to attempt to do that right now, I would drop.
That's a shame.
Yeah, well, you gotta at least always try things to find out what you want to do.
Yeah, and I mean, you're still able to do it, so that is something to fall back on, even if you wouldn't necessarily enjoy it.
Yeah.
So do you have any idea what you're going to be trying for next?
Well, I've been mentioning there was the whole voice acting stuff I was kind of getting into on the side, which is very scary because that's very uncertain on a lot of fronts. And there's the whole thing with actually going into something that involves writing, like writing still. But I'll have to see. I'll be looking for other jobs and everything. But yeah, I don't think full-time teachers for me. That being said, I won't turn down the extra money.
Yeah. Welcome to your quarter-life crisis, I guess.
Yeah. I've been there for a bit. There's all this pressure to pick a job that really is stable, right? Pick that job that will get you your benefits. And don't worry, you can just do the thing that you really like on the side. But I'd rather do something that I like for a job than do something I love on the side, rather than do something I don't really like and then do something I love on the side, I'd rather compromise that way. I don't want to compromise completely. That's why I quit out of being a business major to be an English major instead. It's because I was chasing something I was passionate about.
Yeah.
And I found much more success there than with the business major stuff.
Yeah. I'm happy for you, even though that worked out far less well for me.
Yeah. I believe that if you're not, chasing after something that makes you happy, that you want to do, then you're going to be far less successful. Just because your mental state and how that affects you and your performance is something that you can't escape from.
Yeah, the times of being able to just job hop until you find something you really like is kind of over.
Mm.
I mean, it would maybe like there's a lot of jobs you can go into and get to trade school for like 2 years to get a degree for it, and that'd be good. But you got to have someone willing to support you through 2 years of school, basically.
Yeah, and I already have my degree. I don't necessarily need more student loans.
Yeah.
So, gonna find something that makes.
As an aside, you remember about half an hour ago when we were talking about porn?
Yeah.
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 It's been a hell of a twist.
Hey, that's just life. Every now and then I still get messages mentioned being like, "Oh, hey, get review favorites and follows," and like, why? Why are you still coming to my stories? I haven't updated them in years.
Because they're still pretty high up on the fucking list, is why.
Oh, wow.
They still exist. Yeah. I mean, I still get favorites and follows.
I got a review for one of my bigger stories that was just like one of those chain emails.
Oh, I got that too. Yeah. Fuck, it was... Was it on a Persona story? Who am I kidding? It's all your stories are Persona stories. Yeah. So I got one of those on Face Every Shadow, the first one.
Weird.
Yeah.
If you stop reading this here, you'll die. Well, I guess I'll die.
Yeah.
Yeah. I reported mine. Fat lot of good it'll do, but fuck it.
Yeah. So, complicated life situations aside. Yeah, I was using my webcam to actually like stream myself when I'm DMing during my games.
Okay.
Because it's much easier to tell my facial expressions and the characters I'm playing, rather than just saying, "Oh, this character nods" or "This character does this." So it's very convenient for a DM. If you're just an audiophile waveform, it becomes very difficult to fully transmit all the emotions of the characters.
In my whenever my DM on my Saturday games has a good character voice, he pulls out a tape recorder and records. It's this ancient tape recorder. The guy's like 22. I don't even know where he got it.
It's some sort of magical, mystical item he got. Oh, by the way, speaking of D&D, I caught up on Critical Role.
Oh, wow.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
What a really good episode they just did.
You mean 92 or 93?
93.
Okay, I have not seen that one yet, because I watch it on Podbean, or listen to, and so they're like 2 weeks behind, unfortunately.
93 is... it's one in which you have a situation that is, hopeless, suffering, misery. And then, well, hey, we have one character here who is just endless sunshine and rainbows.
It's a Jester.
Let's put Jester up against the misery, devil-dealing enemy we're up against, and see what happens. And it's amazing.
I was browsing YouTube last night. I saw a clip of Laura Bailey becomes legendary, and it was that episode.
Yes,
so I'm really looking forward to seeing.
It's one of the greatest moments in that campaign so far.
Speaking of season 2 Critical Role, though, do you think Ford has ever gotten back into his groove? Like, ever since he put on the British accent, he just feels like he's out of place.
I wouldn't say necessarily. I feel like his stuff is very much bubbling in the back right now.
Mm-hmm. Because I was browsing animations for Critical Role, and those had a lot of episodes from the early second season, and where Ford was, the Texan basically.
Yeah.
And he's just so much more smooth and comfortable.
Well, that's the thing. He was trying to be that guy, the smooth and comfortable and sociable, and I'm just here having a good time. You guys don't even worry about it. I'm all cool and shit. And in reality, he was more like Caleb, and he was just putting it on.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah. I think a lot of his stuff is bubbling in the back, and it's gonna bubble over at one point and get him. But you look at the party right now with what they have, and I think that the episode 94 is going to be lots of very interesting character conversations, seeing what some people were willing to offer up with their devil deals.
Okay.
It's kind of funny. I in my kind of original world and original game that I GM, the second game that I GM, the players start by breaking out of prison and also breaking free a lot of the world's worst criminals and kind of dealing with the effects of that on the world. And one of the characters had died, and they have recently realized that the people who are pursuing them have a clone of the person who died, as well as a clone of every single one of their party, of the original prisoners, the ones who were not already died or replaced by new characters.
Oh, okay.
And because we do the character art in Roll20 and everything, and one person made their art, and so I took their art. They made it in like a pick crew. So I went to that exact same maker, made the character, but with a kind of different white outfit and the smile, and did a few modifications. And
I thought you were going to say you put a goatee on them and called it good.
I was tempted, but no. Now they have to. It's interesting sort of encounters like that where it's like, the weaknesses of these people because you played them. Now use them. They're well equipped, and there's more of them than you. Because they have extra help. And
okay.
Thinking about the kind of the legendary moment of just like, oh man, this moment of light in a lot of misery, and just like it inspired me to do a little thing where the good deeds they are doing after all the bad they've done are slowly starting to help them combat the consequences of the bad.
Okay. Like people getting inspired to join the town guard so towns are more secure and that kind of thing.
They saved some people, and now when the sewers interact with those people, they're like, no, they're good people. Maybe they did some bad things in the past, but they really helped me, so I'm not going to tell you where they went.
Okay.
And just slowing them down. I really like that element of storytelling. Of just, no. Anyways, I've rambled on enough. Sorry about that.
As an aside, there was a brief moment when someone brought up Critical Role animations, and that's not the thing I wanted to. I didn't copy it. Whoops. Hang on. I wanted to bring up this because it is still incredible and deserves to be watched just because it is so fucking good.
Wow, that's like a three. I mean, I'm not gonna watch it right this second because we're recording, but like, that's an actual 3D model.
Yeah, and there is a lot of just flair in the animation of they go into a lot of detail of just trying to capture the character really well with the animation.
Yeah. Which is that Critical Role animated series they're working on still.
Yeah,
I really want to see that.
I keep getting updates about that. I'm looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where I'm going to watch it because I didn't port it. I meant to, but didn't have any money.
I think they have a deal with someone to distribute it. I can't remember who.
It's Amazon Prime or something, or Amazon Video or something.
That's not ideal.
Yeah. So the second season is going to be Amazon Video exclusive, if I remember right.
Yes, the first season though will go for free to backers because that's what we paid for.
Yeah.
So yeah, rambling on long enough.
Oh shit! I just realized I just remembered I fucking got the package with the dice and stuff, so that's gonna be cool when that shows up.
Nice.
Yeah. Also, I just noticed that your fucking avatar is Aresh Zero. I didn't twig into that until just now.
Level 100, baby. I finally got all the chains I needed to frickin'. Now I need steaks. 72 steaks.
And now I'm hungry again. Thanks. Slice, how's it going? How you doing?
Not much actually. I'm kind of glad Zero ranted for a long time because almost nothing has happened for me.
You have to say it like that.
It's appreciated. I was interested in everything he had to say.
Yeah.
It also filled a lot of time. So, hey, useful in many ways.
With his ranting, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see. I started watching Dark Crystal on Netflix. Very good show, and it's done with puppets. Like,
yeah,
not like Team America, but similar. Less like actually they put effort into it. Not like, wow, this is really shitty intentionally for humor. And it's really good.
I mean, Dark Crystal is like a Was it Pan's Labyrinth? It was something. It's a continuation of something that was also puppets.
Yeah, that's why it was recommended to me. Is a guy who recommended it is really a fan of those kind of things, old style fantasy. And let's see, I started playing EDF 5 again, and I realized why I stopped playing because I cannot beat any of the missions on the difficulty that I'm on. Almost, it's pretty brutal. And I think that's about it. I'm just kind of waiting for a lot of things to come out. April is going to be brutal.
I mean, a lot of things got delayed in April. Like, Cyberpunk isn't coming out until September, I think, now.
That's okay, because I have Resident Evil 3 and Final Fantasy 7, which I've never played, so I kind of really want to.
Yeah. I'm probably going to skip Resident Evil, like all of the other Resident Evils that have come out recently. Like, the last one I played was 5, so I'm fine with that. Final Fantasy 7, though, I guess I'm finally going to play that.
Yeah. FF7.
I really would recommend playing the remakes, at least, of Resident Evil, because they're really good. Also, they're not stupid plot-wise. I mean, 3 is a little borderline in places, but...
Also, Final Fantasy VII is getting a little... It's getting dragged into discourse. Let's put it that way.
Well, you know, I know we know what would happen.
Appreciate it.
What?
They did. Did you see the trailer with the cloud cross-dressing thing?
No, I've been avoiding everything.
Okay, that is a thing, And guess who's adopting Cloud now? He's totally trans, you guys. Also, he can date Barrett, so clearly he's gay.
I would say don't take any of that seriously, honestly.
Some people are taking it very seriously, which is just... Ugh. It's almost like the fucking shipping wars in terms of discourse. It's just really kind of a little depressing. The people that get really into it, that is. It's just kind of sad.
Yeah. From what I see, a lot of people saying that are either joking or just trying to rile people up. And then people get riled up like, no, Cloud is this. And it's just like, just relax. People can have whatever headcanons they want.
So, wait, what? They're thinking Cloud is actually trans?
Some people are thinking that. Some people are getting in on it to troll people.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are the people that are, I suppose, in their mind, trying to be the only sane man or woman or in between, I guess, and just being like, okay, guys, it's a funny joke, but no, seriously, that's really dumb, and just getting in stupid arguments with people.
Because, I mean, yeah, I know, I'm familiar with that scene, that plot device. I mean, it's an old game, but I don't know. I know a couple of trans people, but I don't know a lot. So I think they're probably just really hungry for representation. So I can see them being very possessive of that. But interesting. Well, I hope that doesn't cause too much of a fuss and just stays what internet drama usually is, way in the background, and no one really gives a shit.
One would hope. It usually turns out that way. Unless, like, gaming media try and pick it up, and then things go badly.
Yeah.
Which has happened before, and will happen again at some point. I just kind of hope it isn't with this, because it would be very stupid.
Indeed.
Well, it's an easy way to get the controversy clicks, I believe would be the term.
Lisa?
What's
anything else?
Oh, sorry. You
That's
cut
all.
out. I didn't hear that part. No, I think that's it, actually. I've been having a lot of social and relationship stuff happening, but I don't really want to talk about that because it's just a weird situation. So,
Fair enough.
we're good.
Yeah. Okay. My week. Well, 2, because I fucked up last. Yeah, that was probably the most major thing that's happened in the past 2 weeks is me being complete fucking dumb shit and missing recording last week because I am a trash person.
I mean, it happens easily. Like I've been putting these recordings on my calendar, so
yeah. I did not take that failure on my part particularly well. Because, it's one thing for you guys to not see the thing of me saying, hey, we're going to record on this day, and you just don't see it, and that's fine. It's another thing entirely for me to be the one saying, we're going to record on this day, and then fucking not being there because I'm a piece of shit. So, yeah.
It happened before. There was one day where we record on like a Sunday before that. And I got on to call, and I was just waiting around for like a half hour, and nobody showed up. And I was just like, oh, well, maybe plans changed.
Thanks for that, Zero. So, yeah. So,
no problem, friend.
Changing the subject. Because, wow, thanks for kicking me in the dick. Appreciate it.
I'm sorry. It's just... it's happened. And sometimes things get life gets tough and you lose track of time.
So. Writing is going fine. The commission I've started up again, and it is going fine, and that's fine.
Okay, so even in my head, I keep calling this the commission in like capital letters. And
The commission.
What is the name of this
It
story?
is.
So
It is how I keep talking about it, isn't it?
Sponsored by Commissioner Gordon.
What is the name of the story so I can put a fucking name to it?
The story is called Bradley the Breaker.
Okay, there we go.
I mean, I have done 2 commissioned stories, and the other one's a different thing. But this is the one that has gone on for 60,000 words and will go on for at least another 20,000. Yeah, it's a Fallout Game of Thrones crossover.
Oh, okay.
So that's going well and getting complicated, but that's actually kind of fun. Aside from the writing and stuff.
Hey man, you're having a good time. You're writing things, and that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like Zero's kind of doing the jealous thing of, hey, this guy's actually doing a thing he likes and stuff.
I'm being supportive.
But I should remind you that it pays peanuts. Just gonna.
I'm not being any sort. I'm being supportive.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Fucking. What else did I do? Yep. And I caught up on My Hero Academia, the anime.
Oh, sweet.
That's pretty good. That's pretty solid. Yes, there was a new song a couple of episodes back, and that was very nice.
Yeah. I told you it was pretty good.
Yeah. It's very sad. Might have teared up a little bit.
Well, hey, that's My Hero Academia.
I'm going to be honest. I always say I prefer things in the anime than the manga because it's just better seeing things in motion than just flat images. There is more conveyed in motion than there is in just an image. And yeah, I feel like I always considered like Eri the child MacGuffin of that particular arc and was never particularly enamored with her. I am way more invested and I care more about that character now because the portrayal was so good.
That's good.
There's some things that are very hard to get across through still images.
Yeah. So, I appreciate that. I actually like that character now.
Yeah, which is going to make the next arc very, very important.
I kind of picked up on that when I've talked about My Hero Academia stories in the past about her, and you just kind of wrote it off or whatever, or flippant.
Well, the thing is, with how they tend to treat it in fanfiction, is she will just fucking show up out of nowhere before anything happens.
Oh yeah, no, there for a while, especially when she first appeared in the manga, she would just appear.
Yeah, that wasn't great.
Or they jumped straight to that plot line.
So, yeah. That's what we call an impatient writer that wants to get to this really cool thing, but doesn't want to do the work. That's
Just start there, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you get into the cycle of like, but I want the characters to be different than canon before they get to this point.
Yeah.
Like there are some people that actually put in the work and do interesting things with her showing up early and actually make it make sense, rather than just happening to be in a particular alleyway that the main protagonist walks down. Just
It happened once. It shouldn't happen again.
I mean, there's something very different between, like, the scenarios tend to be very, very different. Like, a lot of the time, it tends to be just a kid that stumbles across them, whereas in canon, it was the little girl very deliberately seeing two heroes walking past, and she's like, oh shit, this is my chance, and runs towards them.
Yes.
That made more sense, is what I'm saying.
And it's like, oh, hey, why are you running? And
God, that was a good scene. That was a really good scene of just like, we need to stop trying to stay incognito. It would be way worse if heroes were just trying to ignore a child in need. That was so good. That's a common sense reason to actually just stick around and stay involved. It was really good. Yeah. So that was good. I need to do more things. I feel like I keep saying that.
I need to get around to, at some point, making an actual physical list of all the things that people keep telling me I need to watch.
Yeah, that'd help. Probably. Just if I stopped wasting like 90% of my time on gacha games. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much my week, I guess. It's depressing.
Yay!
Hey, do you know what time of the month it is? It's Zero's
well,
period.
What?
Sorry, I said time of the month and I couldn't just ignore that. I couldn't even think of a good joke for it either. So it's beginning of the month, so that means Patreon. Thanks.
Patreon has not gone through yet.
Oh. Really?
Unfortunately. Yeah, no, I haven't gotten any emails from them.
I've certainly been charged.
Same. But, yeah, okay.
Weird.
Zero would know. So,
usually they email me and I get multiple emails from sources.
Yeah.
But no, nothing so far.
In fairness, yeah, I haven't gotten the email for mine yet either. So that makes sense. Okay. Recommendations? Does anyone have anything? My voice is gone for some reason.
Afraid not. I've only read one story and it's not really very good. Filfy, Filthy. It's kind of it's a play on MILF, because it's like a post Harry Potter. Harry goes to high school DxD and becomes a teacher. There's a lot more to it than that, but yeah, it's okay.
I don't know how to feel about that.
I assume uncomfortable.
Yeah, distinctly uncomfortable.
No, they bring up the age gap stuff multiple times.
Filthy.
Yeah, he's a werewolf too, so there's that. I don't know what it is about high school DxD and needing to make someone a werewolf, or Sekirei too. Sekirei.
When you added the werewolf, all of a sudden, like, any amount of interest, which was very, very low, goes even lower.
Yeah.
It was a detail I didn't realize until I actually started reading, or just didn't really care about. And it's really not that bad. But yeah, that's whenever I have a spare couple minutes to read, that tends to be the first one I've pulled up. I got a bunch of stories open, but I don't have a lot of time or interest to read recently.
I'm just looking through the threads on QQ that I've been following. So, okay, I could probably recommend this. This is a quest from QQ called Free to Play Gotham. It is DC Comics series, kind of, but sort of in the time frame of Batman Beyond, only not really. So set in a somewhat future timeline where there is a kid that has no real interest beyond playing mobile games, and he effectively beats one and then gets a message from the developer named Aegon, who, if you know your mythology, you might recognize, saying, hey, do you want to try out my new game? And it's basically a superpower granting game where he gets the option of doing a choice of 3 quests that will give him basically some level of improvement. And eventually would give him superpowers. Like, he would be superhuman if he got enough points in a certain stat, kind of thing.
Okay.
And the quests vary wildly and gradually ramp up in difficulty. Like, defeat such and such a villain is a pretty common one. Or steal a certain amount of money. Or team up with other superheroes. Or do really terrible thing. Or stand up to your bully.
Okay, so it is morally even. It's good and bad options.
Yes.
It's not just hey, murder this person, do horrible things to their body.
There has not been a straight up murder quest yet, but in fairness, the voters have been erring towards the side of heroism, and only recently have they actually taken one that was straight up villainous, which was steal $10,000.
First blood.
Which they did by breaking into a villain's base and stealing all of their shit, money and drugs.
Oh, so that's not really theft. That's just appropriation.
Yeah, but it's,
I mean,
a hero
still
would argue it as a slippery slope kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which the game would take as, hey, you did a villainous thing, so now we're going to give you other villainous things that are ramping up.
Makes sense.
And it's QQ thing, so you know what that means. That's,
I actually don't, because I don't read there a lot. What does that mean?
QQ is a smut site, effectively.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Is it heavy in that yet, or just kind of ramping up for it?
It is... For stories on QQ, probably middling. There is actual plot stuff that happens, but also some wooing of female heroines and villains.
I mean, I'd be kind of shocked if Harley Quinn doesn't make an appearance with less clothes than needed.
Harley Quinn, I think, has stopped being active. Like, the Joker is no longer a thing. Like I say, it's Batman Beyond sort of timeline.
Oh, so it'd probably be the Harleens? Whatever they're called, the twins.
The DDs?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, maybe. That'd be cool. But, like, Terry McGinnis is Nightwing currently in the story, so...
Oh, okay.
But at the same time, Batgirl is Batgirl 2. It's Cassandra Cain. So it's a bit of a mishmash.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I'll have to check that one out.
It's pretty good. It's from a pretty established author. Like, they do the same thing I do, only are actually successful at it with the Patreon and the commissions and stuff. So they know what they're doing. Yeah, that's a recommendation I'll give. It's a good story. I guess that's it then, if no one else has anything things?
That's all I got, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah. I got nothing else.
Alright. So, thanks for listening to the Fandom Flux podcast. If you'd like to get in contact with me through the YouTube channel, through the comments, or through the Discord, public in description, words in sandwich kind of fashion. Words in sandwich fashion? What does that even mean?
I don't know. I don't know if you need sleep or drugs.
Or food. I need food.
That works too.
Food.
Food.
Food
Big
does
hot
sound
pot in
good,
the
actually.
fridge. It's waiting for me. It's calling to me. Speaking of it calling to me, I should get to it. So, Patreon is the thing that we would appreciate if you would donate to. No obligation. There's not that many rewards that are, great. But if I think it's $10 was the choose an anime for us to do the reflux on. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And $20 gets you a guest spot on the show. And by show, I mean either this one or Reflux or both, because we tend to record them at the same time. Once again, thanks for listening to the... Bye, everybody.
Bye.
See you guys.